Welcome to the Desert Scene with Bonnie G from the Mutual Broadcasting System, where we explore the vibrant world of arts, culture, and entertainment in the desert. Join us as we uncover the hidden gems and shining stars that make this arid landscape burst with creativity. Brought to you by El Portal Mexican Restaurant in Cathedral City, where authentic cuisine meets affordable prices. Diving into the desert oasis of talent and inspiration, here's Bonnie.
And welcome to the Desert Scene. Happy to have you with us, and really happy to welcome to the show. She's been on a couple times. A very dear friend of mine, Siobahn Velarde, who's got a couple big shows coming up. Hey, Siobhan, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you, Bonnie?
Good. So let's talk first about the three queens of song coming up May 24th. You're doing material from Etta James, Adele, and Janis Joplin. So tell us about how this came together.
You know, it came together. I see that, tribute shows are sort of a big thing in the desert, which we all enjoy. It's so amazing. And me being the Gemini spirit that I am, couldn't figure out one person. I've kind of dabbled with, I could do this person or that person, but I'm sort of known for being eclectic. Mm-hmm. And when I did this, it really came down to, I would love to pay homage to three people that I love and just sort of make the changing of the morphing into the next person or however I pay tribute to them part of the show. Yeah. And so that's kind of how it came about. And I've worked with the GAN band for a long time. And, they said, yeah, that's your style. Do it all. And I thought, may as well. So it's kind of my first time doing something this big on my own. Being, the lead. I mean, I have a fantastic backup crew. Yeah. But, in collaboration. But it's sort of exciting and, yeah, I'm very excited about it. A lot of fun.
And this is going to be at the Palm Springs Cultural Center in the big theater, correct?
In the big theater, yeah. It's going to be a huge, big screen immersive concert. Mm-hmm. So there will be video clips and visuals and things like that. And it'll, of course, be sprinkled with a bit of humor, which is kind of my style. So you're still going to get cheeky Siobhan, along with me paying homage to three of my favorite singers, the powerhouse, and a lot of people would sort of bring out that they're such different styles and singers, but to me they all share one common thing, and that's that they sing from the gut. Yes, they all sing from a place of true feeling and soul, and I think that's what I identify with. Absolutely. It's something different. It's going to be a rock show. It really is a rock show.
Yeah, I mean, that's perfect. All three of these, because I've seen you perform many, many times, and I think these three are perfect. So you've got the GAN band. You have also Mark Caney on the grand piano, backup vocals, Robbie Wayne and Tommi Rose. Oh my gosh, you can't beat that.
Yes. How lucky am I? I know. Tommi gave me my very first job here in the desert at Toucans, and I went to an open mic, and he went up, and it was Jason and Eddie that owned it at the time. He said, I want her. Mm-hmm. And that was it. That was 23 years ago. Wow. And he gave me my very first job. And then Robbie, I mean, gosh, that's my leading man. And just the fact that they would even consider doing backup. They'll each have a solo song and talk a little bit about our relationship. And it's just going to be lots of energy, big powerhouse vocals, which is what I want. And great music. Great music.
And the gentleman on percussion, Will, I don't want to botch up his last name.
Yeah, Will Riegler. He's wonderful. Yes, he's just fantastic. And we added a bass player. Forgive me, I don't have her name in front of me. I haven't met her yet, but I will soon. Yeah. Okay. And then it's kind of going to be broken up. The GAN band will do the Etta James, and then it will be Mark Caney in the middle on grand piano, and then the GAN band will come out again for Janis Joplin. So we'll have a nice mix and flow. Yeah. It'll be interesting.
Excellent.
Yeah. So constantly changing direction.
So for people who want to know, it's May 24th at the Palm Springs Cultural Center in the Big Theater. Cocktail 6 p.m., show 7 p.m. Tickets on Eventbrite, or where can they get tickets?
Yes. Okay. Yes, they are on Eventbrite. Yes. And it's called Three Queens of Song.
Love it. Yeah. Love it. And then you also have, coming up on Sunday, June 2nd, you're part of Tommi Rose Presents Viva Variety at the Roost Lounge. So tell us about this.
Yeah, this is a great thing. So Tommy's no longer, he was at Toucans for 23, 24 years. And that came to an end, and he was sort of hush-hush about it and had a meeting with them. And he's doing a whole new wonderful review where it's going to be, Tommi is a legendary drag queen, but Tommi sings. Tommi is a live singer.
Yeah.
So he wants nothing but live music. He wants it to be sort of upscale, formal, but always live music. There's never going to be lip syncing. Not that there's anything wrong with that. We love our drag here in town. But he's doing something a little bit different.
Excellent.
And I was honored to be his first call to say, girl, you need to come in. And I go, yes. And me, Sharon Sills, and Rose Millette.
Oh, can't beat that.
For the first show.
We got to take a real quick break.
Yeah.
We're talking to Siobahn Velarde on the Desert Scene. We'll be right back.
Craving a delicious meal that won't break the bank? Look no further than El Portal Mexican Restaurant in Cathedral City. At El Portal, we pride ourselves on offering family-friendly dining with affordable prices on our authentic Mexican cuisine. Owner Victor Lupercio and his dedicated staff make you feel like part of the family. Whether you choose to dine in, take out, or opt for delivery, you can always count on fresh, mouth-watering dishes that will transport you to the heart of Mexico. Enjoy discounts throughout the week and explore one of the Valley's best selections of tequila to complement your meal. Join us for live entertainment on Friday evenings and consider El Portal for your next special occasion with our catering services. Visit eatelportal.com for more details and discover why El Portal Mexican Restaurant has become a culinary gem in the desert. El Portal, located 1 block south of Ramon on De Palm and Via Olivera.
And we're back with Siobahn Velarde, who's talking about a show coming up on Sunday, June 2nd at the Roost Lounge, Viva Variete. And so so Tommi Rose is sort of the host/hostess of this variety show, and then you guys come out at various times and perform?
Yes, we'll do different sets and things like that. And it will be alternating entertainers that will be in his show. Mm-hmm. So I think he's already booked it through August, I think. So this is, something that maybe they'll do a little sporadically over the summer, and then hopefully it will be a weekly thing. That's sort of the
goal. Excellent.
The hope. Yeah, that's sort of the goal. And I mean, it was Tommi Rose. He's a legend, so of course it's going to be. Yeah. I also have the Barky LaRue benefit coming up at 849 on the 22nd with Mark Caney on piano. So I'm really excited about that.
I'm going to write that down, May 22nd. And for people who don't know, tell them a little bit about that and the charity and what that's all about.
Yeah, so Barky LaRue is a charity that this is my third year now doing this. It's an animal sanctuary. It is not a rescue. What they do is they find senior dogs that have been abandoned or on their last leg, sort of thing. They're about to be euthanized, and they're just senior pups that are just so confused. Mm-hmm. And so my good friend Carlin McDonnell goes in and she rescues these dogs, takes them to her home, and they get to live out their life on a ranch with other dogs, just full of love. And it's the most incredible thing. And it's a nonprofit, fully funded by donations, and I was able to help her one time just by going and getting a dog and taking it to her, and it completely changed my life. Mm-hmm. Just the difference that I saw between the dog from the time I picked it up to the time I dropped it off at her. This dog knew that she'd been saved. Her name was Martha, and she was just the sweetest thing. So I turned to Carla and said, let's do a benefit. So it's our third annual, and this one's a little more intimate. It's a reception at 849, and it'll be hors d'oeuvres and stuff. We encourage people to stay for dinner. And we have some really great auction items, a lot of MASH stuff, which is really fun. So we have an autographed script and some artwork from Loretta Swit and books and things like that. So and Jamie Farr. So it'll be really, really nice. Yeah, dinners, things like that. We'll have a silent auction, and the entertainment for that one is just going to be me and Mark Caney, since it's sort of a smaller sort of thing. And then we do our big one. I know you've always helped us out, so when we do our big one, we're going to have you come in, of course.
I hope so. It's such fun. It's such fun and always great entertainment, and it's such a great cause. So let me ask you this: for folks who have not seen the fabulous Siobahn Velarde on stage, how would you describe your style to folks? Your performance.
It's so hard to do that myself, because I feel like that's the job of someone else. I feel so egotistical. I'm the entertainer that completely hates photos and hates watching herself. I just want to get out there and be a nut. Mm-hmm. But I would say that other people have called me eclectic, powerhouse. I feel even odd saying that, but I'd say I definitely lean into the blues and more soulful kind of things. But I do anything from cheeky Broadway to contemporary pop to old standards to, blues rock. I'm just sort of all over the place. I do my show at V Wine Lounge on Friday nights, and I just ask my audience, what do you want to hear? And we just sort of play with it.
Mm-hmm.
And, and just have a lot of fun. I like to be silly. I like to be funny. I'd say I'm 50% comedian, is what I like to do on stage.
And for those who haven't seen Siobhan also likes to push the envelope a little bit. She can get a little naughty sometimes. Just saying.
I do. There's time and a place for it. Sometimes I am, sometimes I'm not. But yeah, when I'm able to do it, that's really what my audience loves. You give them what you want. I'm an actress, so they like it.
When did you first start singing? Actually, were you a little kid when you started singing, or was that later on?
I was a little kid when I started singing, for my grandma. My grandma would take me to Broadway and have me try on all these clothes, and she'd have me sing for the ladies, that were helping me try on clothes, which was really funny. It embarrassed the heck out of my mom, but my grandma always pushed it. And then it was just something silly. I got into cheerleading in high school, and my best friend and I used to love to sing on the bus. But it wasn't until I joined College Singers in college, and I only joined because they were doing a trip to Carnegie Hall, and that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to sing on Carnegie Hall. So there was a bunch of other colleges, but it was a lot of fun. And then it just sort of fell into it. I wanted to be a filmmaker. I was set to go to USC Film School, and life had another path. But just anything with expression. And I got to say, I stumbled into it sort of backward. And it's been very lovely and very humbling to know that I can make a living doing this. I'm extremely fortunate.
And because your dad was very involved was he a set designer? Remind what he did.
Yeah, he was a production designer and art director, in motion pictures and in television. Yeah, he was also a brilliant painter. He was the artist in resident for Jane Seymour for 5 years in Bath, England. But he was a very impressive man. So I was the kid that got to grow up on sound stages and various things. And he worked anywhere from kids' TV. He worked on the Bugaloos. He did Space Academy, Jason Star Command, stuff like that. A couple episodes of Miami Vice, Facts of Life. He did Moesha, The White Shadow.
Married with Children? Didn't you tell me you used to be? Didn't he?
No, not Married with Children.
Oh, okay.
No, but he did. I'm trying to think. There's something. I'd be a terrible agent, but he did get an Oscar nomination for Who Framed Roger Rabbit. That was a big one.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's great.
Dad was very, very, very talented and very gregarious and could cook and was just a true artist.
Did he get a chance to see you sing, to see you perform on stage?
He did, yeah. When I was working at Azul years ago, he was able to come in. It was a lot of fun, and I have a half sister in England, and then another little half sister, and they were all there, and that was fun. Yeah, because I was living in England during the time, and then he was in Pittsburgh, but he did. And he was very, he got a kick out of me.
Proud.
He would introduce me as the Bette Midler of Palm Springs to everybody.
Yeah. So, switching gears, what do you do to prepare for a show? I know everyone has their own little things that they kind of do to prepare for a big performance.
This is where, for me, there's so much now that is entertainers that we have to do on our own. And it's a little daunting. There's so much work and promo and all of that stuff that used to be handled by the venue. And it's sort of changed over the last 10 years. So you get so bogged down in all of the semantics of what needs to happen technically that often the creative side falls by the wayside.
Yeah.
And so I'm so worried about all of that stuff that I honestly haven't been able to focus so much on that. There are a few techniques vocally that I'll do that I learned from an amazing vocal teacher, Richard Rodriguez, at Cedar Sinai. He was just fantastic, changed my world. But, it's just getting into that moment. And again, I like to deflect in humor and keep it up and light and just sort of get in that zone. And my biggest thing is to connect with the audience. That's the biggest thing that I care about.
Yeah.
The notes will be there. It'll be fun. But if I can connect with people and make them feel like they're part of something, then I've done my job.
Excellent. All right, to recap, 3 Queens of Song coming up May 24th at the Palm Springs Cultural Center in the Big Theater. Cocktail 6 p.m., show 7, tickets at Eventbrite. Viva Variete, Sunday, June 2nd at the Roost. Do you think people need to call for reservations for that one? Or should they just show up?
Yeah, I believe so, yes. No, I think it is a ticketed show. Yeah.
Okay, and it's the Roost number is 760-507-8495. I will be there, Siobahn Velarde. Break a leg. Thank you so much, sweetie. Thanks for being
darling.
Here. All right.
Thanks.
Siobahn Velarde, thank you, and thank you all. We'll see you next time on The Desert Scene.
The Desert Scene is a production of the Mutual Broadcasting System and is sponsored by El Portal Mexican Restaurant. Eat at elportal.com.